A society that is worth living in requires that a system of justice be established. We have to make sure that we have the right kind. Hi, this is Barry Phillips, a 2-Minute Torah, day 1 of Shophetim. We are today in Deuteronomy chapter 16, and we're going to read verse 18, which says, "Appoint judges, Shophetim, and officers within all your gates, which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, according to your tribes, and they shall judge the people with," here's a key phrase, "righteous, right ruling." We've all heard stories, I'm sure, if not personally been involved in situations where you go into a courtroom and you wait for the verdict, and when it's delivered, it's shake the head time, like how is justice served with this outcome? In many locations, you may have what is here called a good old boy network, where everybody knows everybody. All the lawyers are buds and friends and pals, and after hours and outside the courtroom, they're hanging out together or golfing together, members of the same club, along with the judges. And so when you go into the courtroom, you would like to think all of that just kind of goes out the door, and it's only serious business that takes place inside. It's just not in the human ability to really set all of that aside and not think about relationships. So therein we have verse 19 that says you're not to distort right ruling, not showing partiality, not taking a bribe, and not twisting the words of the righteous. Our systems of justice are what they are. And you pray for God to stand in the middle of the courtroom and cause the verdicts that are righteous and just to come forth. Done that, and sometimes the prayer is just not answered the way that we think that it should. So what do? The words that are used here of righteous right ruling or righteous judgment, they are familiar words that we have seen before, mishpat v'tzedakah. These are the words that were attributed to Abraham. Yah says, "I know that you will operate according to tzedakah v'mishpat," righteousness and justice. And the idea is that these two words work in balance. They're two different kinds of justice. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory, and the man was an incredible commentator. He does note that there are two types of justice that are being discussed here, and they're quite a bit different in the way that they are applied. Mishpat, he says, means retributive justice. This refers, then, he says, to the rule of law, where issues and disputes and claims, they're settled by the letter of the law and what is legally correct rather than by might. So it's not the person who has the most money, it's not the person who has the prestigious title or position in the community. It's the person who is judged by the letter of the law to be correct in their standing. And so it's left up to the law to determine between guilt and innocence, because we're operating on a set and determined list of rules. And it's fairly distributed among everybody. If you break the law, retribution takes place. You must face the crime. You must be willing to pay the penalty. And it is a law-governed society that is then this place of mishpat. And that's what we yearn for. Here in America, there's this entire political realm of things of where we call it lawfare. It's a newly coined term where political opponents will take each other into courts. They're not just settling their differences by debate in the houses and chambers of Congress. They are dealing with one another in the court system. And both sides are playing this game now. And in my opinion, for what 2 cents it's worth, it's a dangerous game, because you may be in favor of one season where the things are going into the court, and you think finally somebody's going to have to pay for what they did. There are 2 feet, and once the shoe's on the other foot, and the other side that you may not agree with is in power, it could get nasty. So we need to be careful with that. But the mishpat alone is not enough. Rabbi Sachs says that tzedakah is distributive justice. And what he warns here against, conservatives may have a bit of a problem with initially, but hear this out. And that is that if things are allowed to develop unfairly, then all the wealth, the power, the ability, the prestige, the positions will go to those in a very small group. And then everybody else seems to be kind of left with nothing or not much. We've seen the lower class, middle class, upper class, and then the higher elites be developed among many nations, ours here, of course, included. But the understanding is that when you have an ability of wealth and an ability of position, an ability of power and authority to some level, it's not for you. Distributive justice says then that so that there's not high unemployment and widespread poverty, he says, that too many people are living in palaces while everyone else is homeless, then the wealth that Yah gives to a people, to a nation, needs to be rightly distributed. And herein is where conservative minds may have a problem, and that is that a government would rise up and say, well, we're going to mandate distribution, a redistribution of wealth. Well, that goes into socialism and Marxism, at least. Neither of which are favorable. So what is the answer? The answer is a Torah mindset that says that when you are favored with increased return on your investments, whether that's seed in the ground or business acumen, however it is that you rise up and you gain a significant increase, that you're not to forget those who do not have what you have. The owner of a field doesn't reap to the corner. He rounds off the corners substantially to allow those who do not have a field to come and reap. You're not handing out food. You're providing an opportunity for someone to come and freely take what could be yours, but you give. Not handing it out, but offering an opportunity to come and take care of your need. There's food here. If you want it, come get it. Our mindset has been, well, you just hand stuff out and it makes you feel better. No, there needs to be a system wherein that we make available help, but it involves the participation of the one who is helped, so that they can have some dignity about this. It's not that they are just, given something for nothing, like the guy with the cardboard sign standing at the stop sign, but rather a gainful employment or an opportunity to invest to improve themselves. So if you have for a reason, and Yah has put wealth or ability or increase or position into your hands so that it would flow through you to help someone else, not just to accumulate more and more and more for yourself so you can sit on the top of your pile of stuff and say, look what I've got. It's a different mindset, and it's a foreign mindset to many of us. And let the Torah teach us today. And hopefully, I'll see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.